Daf Yomi, tractate Bava Batra, page 165b, top of the page. Last two words of the previous Amud was Elakashya. Vashi was asking if you disagree. He was asking to a Maimar if you disagree. Masdisan, the top of 165b with the words Masdisan. Word Masdisan. The Mishnah remains. Why does the Mishnah that state that which is obvious, that document with a single witness's signature, is not valid? Hakamash malan dishneim b'mekushar ke'ed echad b'pashut ma hasam b'psula deraisa af hachanami psula deraiso. The Gemara answers that the Mishnah teaches us this, that the case of two witnesses signed on a tied document is similar to the case of one witness signed on an ordinary document, just as there, in the case of a single witness signed on an ordinary document, the disqualification is by Torah law. So too here, in the case of two witnesses signed on a tied document, the disqualification is by Torah law. A Maimar added, know that the signature of one witness on a document and the oral testimony of one person about it can be combined into a single testimony, as the colleagues of the academy sent a question from there, meaning Eretz Israel, to Rabbi Yirmiyah asking clarification of a Braita. The Braita states that the first Tana holds that the testimony of two witnesses to an event can be combined into a single testimony only if both of them witness the event together, while Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha holds that the testimony can be combined even if they saw the event one after the other. Furthermore, the first Tana holds that their testimony is accepted only if they both testify together. By contrast, Rabbi Natan holds that the testimony of one witness may be accepted today, and when the other witness comes the next day, his testimony may be accepted, and the two testimonies may thereby be combined. Eid echad b'ksav, ve'eid echad al peh, mahu shitztarfu. The dilemma they posed to Rabbi Yirmiyah was this. In the case of a loan for which there is one witness in writing, signed on a promissory note, and the other witness who testifies to the loan orally, what is the halacha regarding the possibility that the two of them will combine to testify as two witnesses? Aliba ditana kama Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha lo tiboylach defilu shnayim b'chsav u'shnayim al peh lo mitztarfi ela ki tiboy lach aliba Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha shnayim b'chsav u'shnayim al peh hu di mitztarfi אבל eid echad b'chsav ve'echad al peh lo mitztarfinan o dilma loshna. The dilemma is clarified. According to the opinion of the first Tana of the Braita, who engages in a dispute with Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha, you should not raise the dilemma, as according to his opinion, there are situations where even two testimonies in writing or two oral testimonies are not combined into a single testimony. All the more so, they are not combined when one is written and one is oral. Rather, when should you raise the dilemma? Raise it according to the opinion of Rabbi Yehoshua ben Korcha. The dilemma is it only testimonies of two witnesses in writing or two oral witnesses that are combined into a single testimony? But we do not combine testimony of one witness in writing and one orally, or perhaps there is no difference between these cases. Shalach lehu ani eini kedai shishalachtem li elakach das talmidichem noite shitzarfu. Rabbi Yirmiyah humbly sent back his response to the colleagues of the academy. I am not worthy of being the recipient of the query that you sent to me, but this is how the opinion of your student, meaning himself, leans, that the testimonies should be combined. This exchange between Rabbi Yirmiyah and his questioners indicates that Amemar's opinion is accepted. Amar le anan hachimat ninan la tishalch alecha b'rayel Rabbi Yirmiyah shneim shahidu echad bebeit din zeh echad bebeit din zeh mahu shevo beit din etzel beit din v'yitztarfu. Rabbi Ashi said to Ameimar, we teach this entire incident with Rabbi Yirmiyah differently, as follows: that the colleagues of the academy sent this question to Rabbi Yirmiyah: if there are two witnesses who testified, one in this court and one in that court, what is the halacha with regard to the possibility that the judges of one court could come to the other court in this manner? The two testimonies will be combined to become a valid testimony of two witnesses. Aliva de Tanakama de Rabbi Nassan lo boti boilach ta'afilu echad beis dina nami lo mistanafi ela kiti boilach aliva de Rabbi Nassan bechad beis dina hu de mistanafi aval betre beis dina lo mistanafi odil meloshna. The dilemma is clarified. Just a cute little wordplay here. When you have a dilemma, it means you can't decide to do this or that. So, oftentimes in the Gemara, they'll ask a question, and they'll say, "Oh, Dilma." So the word Dilma is the same letters as the word dilemma. So it's maybe this or maybe that. Oh, Dilma, this. It's a dilemma. Anyway, according to the opinion of the first time of the Baraisa, who engages in a dispute with Rabbi Natan, you should not raise the dilemma, the imbachanaduti dilemma, as according to the opinion, testimonies that are not given concurrently are not combined even in one court, all the more so when they are given in two different courts. Rather, when should you raise the dilemma? Raise it according to the opinion of Rabbi Natan. The dilemma is it in one court that the two separate testimonies are combined, but when they are given in two separate courts, they are not combined, or perhaps there is no difference. Ushilach lahu ani eni kedai she'atem shlachtim li ela kach das talmidchem lo tishitzarfu. Rabbi Yirmiyah sent back his response to them: I'm not worthy of being the recipient of the query that you sent to me, but this is how the opinion of your student leans. They should be combined. According to this version of the exchange between Rabbi Yirmiyah and his questioners, there is no relevance to the statement. Mar barchi amar hachi shalachulei shneim shidu bebeit din zeh b'chaz v'hidu bebeit din zeh mahu shiva echad mikol beit din v'yitzarfu. Mar barchi has said, yet a third version, that the dilemma the colleagues of the academy sent to Rabbi Yirmiyah is as follows: if there are two witnesses who testified in this court and then testified in that court, what is the halacha with regard to the possibility that one judge would come from each court to one location and relate the testimony he had heard from the other? And in this manner, the two testimonies will be combined. Aliva Rabbi Nassan lo tibaila hashta edim mastarfin and dayan mibai elaki tibaila aliva de Tanakama Rabbi Nassan edim hu de la mastarfin and avodayin mistarfin o dilma loishna. The dilemma is clarified. According to the opinion of Rabbi Natan, you should not raise the dilemma now that he maintains that we combine the two individual witnesses. Is it necessary to ask if judges may be combined in this manner? They certainly can be combined. Rather, when should you raise the dilemma? Raise it according to the opinion of the first Tana of the Braita, who engages in a dispute with Rabbi Natan. The dilemma is it only testimony of witnesses that we do not combine into a single testimony, but we do combine judges from two different courts, or perhaps there is no difference? Shalach lehu ani eni kedai she'atem shalachtem li ela kach da'as talmidichem Rabbi Yirmiyah sent back his response to them, I am not worthy of being the recipient of the query that you sent to me, but this is how the opinion of your student leans, that they should be combined. Ravina Amar, Haki Shalachu Le, Shlosha Shiyashvu, Lekaim Esashtar, Umeis Echad Mehem, Tzarichim Mechtav, Bimutav Telatavin and Echad, Leitoi, Ola. Ravina said, a fourth version, that the dilemma the colleagues of the academy sent to Yirmiyah is as follows. If there were 3 judges who sat at a court to ratify a document, and after verifying the signatures of the witnesses, one of the judges died, must they mention this in their statement of ratification on account for why the declaration is signed by only 2 judges, and write, we were sitting in a group of 3 judges, and one of the judges is no longer alive? Or perhaps they're not required to write this. Shalach lehu ani eni kedai she'atem shalachtem li alekach das tzarichem noita shetzarich lemerchtav b'moisim tolah sahavinen echad liyasoi. Rabbi Yirmiyah sent back his response to them, I am not worthy of being the recipient of the query that you sent to me, but this is how the opinion of your student leans, that they are required to write, we were sitting in a group of 3 judges, and one of the judges is no longer alive. V'alda alayuhu ailuhu the Rabbi Yirmiyah b'midrashah. The Gemara relates, and it was because of this fitting answer to whichever version of the dilemma that is adopted, that the sages brought Rabbi Yirmiyah into the study hall after he had been expelled, as related earlier in this tractate on 23b. And that's the end of that. And it's a new Mishnah right now. Mishnah states, Kasuv bo zuzin mea di'inun shelain isrin silin esrin ilo ein lo ela esrin zuzi mea di'inun talasin shelain ein lo ela man. If it is written in a document that someone owes 100 dinars, which are 20 selah, which is internally inconsistent since there are 25 selah in 100 dinars. There are 25 selah in 100 dinars. The holder of the document has the right to claim only 20 selah, the lower of the 2 amounts. If it is written that he owes 100 dinars, which are 30 selah, the holder of the document has the right to claim only 100 dinars, again the lower of the 2 amounts. Kesef zuzin dinun v'nimchak en pachos mishnayim. Kesef silin dinun v'nimchak en pachos mishnayim. Darkonot dinun v'nimchak en pachot mishnayim. If it is written that someone owes silver dinars that are, and the remainder of the text, where the number of dinars should be specified, was erased, and the amount must be no less than 2 dinars, the lowest amount to which the plural word dinars can be referring. That is what the creditor can claim. Similarly, if it is written, silver selah that are, and the remainder of the text was erased, the amount must be no less than 2 selah. And if it is written derricks that are, and the remainder of the text is erased, the amount must be no less than 2 derricks. Darkonot. Kashe lecha leharbot bedarvonot. Darkonot sounds like darvonot. Anyway, kasu bo minamala. Manem minamata masai minamala masai minamata money. Akol הולך אחר התחתון. אם כן, למה כויס אז עליון, שאם תמחק, אויס אחס מן התחתון, ילמד מן עליון. It is written, if it is written in the document above, in an earlier place in the document, someone owes 100 dinars, and below toward the end of the document is written that the amount owed is 200 dinars, or if it above it is written 200 dinars, and below 100 dinars, everything follows the bottom amount. If so, why does one write the information in the upper part of the document at all? It is a safety measure, so that if one letter is erased from the lower part of the document, thereby rendering it illegible, the information can be learned from the upper part of the document. And that's the Mishnah. We start at the Talmud. Tanu Rabbanan, the sages taught Tosefta 11:2. Amar kesef ein pachos midinar kesef. Kesef dinarin v'dinarin kesef ein pachos mishnei dinarin kesef. Kesef dinarin pachos mishnei dinarin dahav kesef. The sages taught that if a document states that someone owes silver without specifying which silver coin, the amount must be no less than a silver dinar. If it states silver dinars or dinars silver, the amount must be no less than 2 silver dinars, the lowest amount to which that phrase can refer. If it states silver in dinars, the amount must be no less than 2 golden dinars worth of silver. Amar mar kesef ein pachos midinar kesef ve'ema nesacha. Amar Rabbi Elazar tikasu be'matbea ve'ema prite. Amar Rav Papa ve'asra drosagi prite dechaspa. The Gemara analyzes the beginning of the Brisa. The master says if a document states that someone owes silver without specifying which silver coin, the amount must be no less than a silver dinar. The Gemara asks, but why not say that the intention of the word silver is not to a coin at all, but to a small piece of silver? Rabbi Elazar said, the case of the Braita is where the word coin is written in the document. The Gemara asks further, but why not say that the intent is not a dinar, but smaller coins, such as prutot? Rav Papa said, the halacha of the Braita is stated with regard to a place where silver prutot do not circulate. Tanu Rabbanan dahav im bechos midina dahav dahav dinarin v'dina dahav im bechos midina dahav dahav dinarin in bechos mishnei dinarin kesef dahav. The sages taught in the continuation of the Brisa, if it is written in a document that someone owes gold, the amount must be no less than a golden dinar. If it is written golden dinars or dinars golden, the amount must be no less than 2 golden dinars. If it is written gold in dinars, the amount must be no less than 2 silver dinars worth of gold. Amar mar dahav ein pachos midinar dahav ema nasacha. Amar Rabbi Elazar the cost of matbea. The Gemara analyzes the beginning of this section of the Brisa. The master said if it is written in a document that someone owes gold, the amount must be no less than a golden dinar. The Gemara asks, but why not say the intention of the word gold is not a coin at all, but to a small piece of gold? Rabbi Elazar said, the case of the Brisa is where the word coin is written in the document.